friend of the show, Mike Prysner, who I had on recently. He's a veteran. He toured in Iraq. He is a big anti-imperialist and works with Abby Martin. He apparently went to the George W. Bush speech on September 19th, 2021. Did not know that this was happening.
I was around too.
And he disrupted it.
I was around too. And
Mr. Bush, when are you going to apologize for the million Iraqis that are dead because you lied? You lied about weapons of mass destruction. You lied about connections to 9/11. You lied about Iraq being a threat. You sent me to Iraq. You sent me to Iraq in 2003. My friends are dead. Joshua Castile. You killed people. You lied.
Oh my God. That's fucking awesome, dude. Wait, hold on. What are these ladies gonna do? Like, what's happening? Are they just like
about WMD?
Oh, there it is. Oh, security's here. Dude, brave of them to just fucking, like, I know Mike. He wouldn't hurt someone. Like, he's an awesome person, but it's wild to just like casually fucking throw your body at a guy who's like at a veteran that you have no idea who they are. You don't know what their background is. Instead of just like waiting for the security to come in and, you know, deal with it, you just fucking drop your body there, dude. Oh my God, the bravery exhibited by these white women is crazy. White conservative women, dude, especially rich ones, they got hella fucking, they got so much bravery, dude. We should have just dropped them in Pakistan instead of fucking SEAL Team 6, dude. They would have figured out where Osama bin Laden is and taken care of it immediately. They said something like you said you'd behave or something. What?
Iraqis are dead because you lied. My friends are dead because you lied. You need to apologize. Apologize. You need to apologize.
Oh my God.
Apologize.
Oh, never mind. I thought I recognized someone there, but
Are you with this gentleman? No.
What just happened?
I'm wondering if they're going to arrest me, but
What just happened?
I just disrupted George Bush speaking. They dragged me out. I guess the cops are not after me, so I guess they're not arresting
running,
me.
but yeah.
Yeah. Well, what I did was I tried to read the names of friends of mine who died after going to Iraq and then died of injuries they came home with. The names of Iraqis who were killed by the U.S. occupation in the Nice Square massacre, Editha, those you saw in the collateral murder video. I tried to read the names, but the event runners immediately grabbed the list and tore it up. But I was able to shut it down for a little while, right when Bush was getting into his first little cheesy story about his life and all that, trying to be funny. But so hopefully I shook him and set a tone for the event. The crowd was very mad. Typical crowd you would expect for George W. Bush, but they seem to not be expecting it at all. And here we are.
what a fucking legend, dude.
Tried not to give him a little moment of peace because no one else gets it who is touched by the war.
That's what happens, dude. Look, if you're at the center of power, you get to fucking die alongside your fucking friends and family in peace. Many, many years later, many millions of dollars later that you have accrued in speaking fees alone since you left office, which is fucking nuts. Absolutely insane. I mean, yeah, that was someone who's incredibly cynical immediately said, oh, look at all those internet points. It's like, dude, I mean, fuck all this. I don't think Mike even knows that, you know, you're getting these sorts of fucking like Reddit gold. I don't think he gives a shit about that. I think it's more so about videos like this going viral, including the original video that Mike did where he originally got arrested outside of the White House. Like those videos go viral, and that opens up a lot of that opens up a lot of people into seeing the world in a way that they never have. That opens up a lot of vets. It opens up a perspective of a lot of vets, for example. Like, I could fucking scream from the mountaintops all day, every day. But there's going to be a lot of people who served, a lot of people who are fucked up by PTSD and angry and unaware of, like, why they're fucking angry, okay? They'll never hear me. They're going to say, you're the 9/11 guy. Like, fuck you. I hate you. Right? So... like, those guys will hear Mike Prysner because he you know, he paid the cost. Anyway, so it's good that you know, he's brave enough to do stuff like this. He's you know, he's out there trying to speak truth to power. Let's see what the fucking Redditors. Liberals rehabilitating Bush shows the ideological bankruptcy of liberalism. I mean, that's true. I don't know why that's controversial. Yes, liberals are to blame. Wait, what? Oh god, Reddit is so liberal. That's the fucking problem with Reddit. Reddit is so fucking insanely liberal. Like they're not, you know, let's just look at top. Like, I don't care. Let's just look at the best comments. You lied about Iraq. Audience loudly jeers. You sent me to Iraq in 2013 or in 2003. Audience shuts the fuck up. It communicates so much. Don't bring up those unpleasantries. We want to sit there and congratulate ourselves. The military was at war. America was at the mall. Yeah, they're fine as long as you're, like, you know, attacking someone like George W. Bush. You can attack George W. Bush because he's from the enemy team. You know what I mean? When in fact, both parties are still very much a part of the enemy team. They very much do not have your best interest at heart. They very much do not care about the values that they supposedly espouse. They just don't care. If there is a team, it's supposed to be working class Americans versus those who own capital, those who are at the center of power, those who are politicians who advance only the interests of corporations and the wealthy. Like, that's the real fucking battle line that should be drawn, if there is supposed to be a fucking battle line to be drawn. But instead, we're like, oh man, it's just like, it's fine when you're yelling about George W. Bush, but also don't mention the fact that Obama greatly accelerated the surveillance state. Obama greatly expanded on congressional powers, or sorry, the executive powers. Obama assassinated an American citizen, okay, extrajudicially with a drone strike, and his fucking child too. Like, don't bring any of that up. Obviously, don't bring that up because that hurts my feelings, and it also destroys the way I see the world. It makes it easier for me to consume the news if I look at it from a team sports perspective. Well, okay. If you're going to have a team sports perspective, then recognize what the fucking sport, what the teams are. Put her down. PSL red fascists, says leftist Philip. There are more political subreddit ideologies than comments insulting you. What? I don't even know what you're referencing. Okay, who cares? Who cares if Twitter is down, chat? You're in here right now. You're on Twitch. Anyway, let's just keep going, please. Do your 9/11 comments, do your comments on 9/11 stick with you pretty hard? I mean, only fucking idiots at this point are still angry. Like, if you look through what I've said, like, I've written extensively about how what we did post 9/11 was worse. Like, I have articles on Huffington Post where I wrote 9/11 was bad. What we did after was far, far worse. And that's something I stand by. That's something I live by. Talking about blowback is not a new thing. Many people have done it, okay? It's the spicy language that I use that certainly captured the attention of a lot of people. But ultimately, it doesn't matter. I don't care. Like, I have been vindicated many times over. I, of course, never want, like, you know, the innocent victims and their fucking family members to feel like I hate them or that they deserve to die or anything like that. It absolutely sucks when I see people who are, like, legitimately frustrated where they're like, oh, what the fuck? Like, you know, why are you saying that my father deserved to die or anything like that? I don't think so. I don't think your father deserved to die. Okay? But here's the reality, dude. Here's the fucking reality. Don't get mad at me. Get mad at the fucking politicians that also absolutely politicized your father's death or your parents' death or the death of thousands of others in the immediate aftermath of 9/11 to greatly expand the American surveillance state, okay, to turn our police force into counter-terrorist operators that became even more of an occupying force in black neighborhoods, brown neighborhoods, and poor white neighborhoods especially. Get mad at the fact that we spent trillions, $7 trillion over the course of the past 20 fucking years. Get mad at the fact that those $7 trillion went directly back into the pockets of the military-industrial complex to make people like Dick Cheney rich, to make people in the military-industrial complex and the executives rich. Okay? Get mad at the fact that 12,000 American young men and women died for no fucking reason, dude. For literally no reason. Get mad at the fact that millions of civilians were displaced. Hundreds of thousands were murdered by our hands, okay? What happened on the last day of Kabul in the aftermath of our evacuation, where the American military drone striked and dropped a fucking Hellfire missile in a courtyard in Kabul and then claimed it was an ISIS-K terrorist when in fact it was just a humanitarian aid worker and his fucking 7 children that died in that car, totaling 11 deaths. That was an everyday, constant reality for people living in Afghanistan, for people living in fucking Pakistan, for people living in Iraq, for people living in Yemen. That's still an ongoing issue. Our weapons are still murdering these people all around the fucking world. Okay? All around the fucking world. Our allies are murdering people. Our weapons are murdering people. We haven't stopped, and we're never going to stop. And it's fucking bullshit. We wiped out an entire family in Kabul. An entire fucking family. That's business as usual. The only reason why the media was there and covering it was because they wanted to punish Joe Biden. They were like, fuck you for, you know, leaving Afghanistan. I'm glad that they did, though. I'm glad that they did. And the only reason why that general could go on TV and say, hey, listen, I'm sorry. You know, I'm so fucking sorry. I'm so sorry that, you know, we murdered this family. The way that he can say that, the way that he can just like openly state that, a fucking, a thing that they haven't done in 20 years, okay? In 20 years, since the war on terror began, Obama, I believe, apologized 3 or 4 times for drone strikes and civilian casualties. And they were, and this might shock you, always fucking white Western victims. When they murdered journalists, they didn't even fucking apologize for it. Chelsea Manning served a prison sentence, was tortured by the American military for a fucking decade for exposing that. Okay? I don't know if she's in here right now. She's COVID right now. Hopefully she's doing all right. But, you know, these are things that we've been doing. This is just an ongoing reality. And the American government never apologized when the victims are brown. The American government never apologized when the victims are Pakistani. The American government never apologized when it's Afghan civilians that are dying. And the only reason why they apologized this time was because they were like, oops, my bad. And also because they know that there will be no repercussions. Will there be a congressional hearing? Huh? Will that general be fucking, I don't know, kicked out of the military? Will anyone see repercussions? No. Here's what will probably end up happening. Just like it happened over the course of the past 20 years, time and time again. They'll offer like a couple $1,000s to the family and tell them to shut the fuck up. These are voiceless people regardless. They're so far away. Nobody gives a shit. And of course, we do this overseas to black and brown people without any repercussions because we don't care. And it's the same kind of white supremacist attitude that allows us to do that over there without any care whatsoever. That kind of malicious negligence at best and just overall genocidal, bloodthirsty attitude at worst. We are able to do that because we have done that our entire existence. Okay? I mean, think about it. Is it all that shocking that we do that to a Afghan family when look at the way that we are treating black Haitian asylum seekers here in Texas right now? Whipping them, dude. Literally fucking whipping them. I don't know where that video is, but I got to show you this, obviously. We're going to talk about that. Like, the American government under Joe Biden has been absolute fucking dog shit to immigrants. Just dog shit. There are thousands of Haitians that are currently living under a goddamn bridge, okay? Crossing over the border and trying to seek asylum in Texas. Bro, it's on your Twitter. I know. We're going to get to that in a second. I just wanted to show you one last time as a segue from the previous thing that I was talking about. And we're going to talk about this too. But look at that. Look at these images. CBP on horseback whipping black migrants, dude. I mean, this is slave patrol shit, dude. This is no different. How is that different? And you see these horrific images of people trying to survive, okay? They're trying to survive. And the Biden administration already started deporting them back to Haiti. Now, you might find that a little odd. You're like, what the fuck? This is in America. You might find that a little odd. You're like, wait, what the fuck? We have Haitian migrants? I didn't even know that. Why are we deporting them back? Bro, this is happening over the weekend. And the reason why it's happening over the weekend is because of a Trump era provision that was added for COVID safety to the docket, okay, where we could just deport immigrants without any legal jurisdiction, without any fucking laws whatsoever. Title 42, yes, because they're bringing COVID. So we can just fucking deport them. We're closing our borders completely. And guess what? The Biden administration, or the CBP under the Biden administration, is using that exact same rule to continue the deportations. Okay? So tell me how you expect a government, like how tell me why you'd be shocked when you hear that the American military is like murdering entire fucking families in Afghanistan, when this is how we treat black bodies inside of American borders. And to take it one step further, how many times have we talked about police brutality? You know how we treat our own citizens too, not just asylum seekers that are coming into this country begging, desperate to save themselves, okay, desperate for a better future than what they left behind back in Haiti. It has been absolutely destroyed by political turmoil that we caused, and also natural disasters. They have no other fucking choice, and they're here, and we're whipping them, dude. We're whipping them, and we're fucking deporting them. And I don't even want to say deporting them because it's not deportation. Even deportation is a legal process. This is what they're doing here is illegal. What those people are doing is legal. Seeking asylum is legal for them. What we are doing is purging them from this country. And that is not legal. It's atrocious. It's immoral. It's horrific. And we're going to keep doing it because no one gives a fuck. Okay? And that's white supremacy. That's white supremacy. There's no other way about it. How many of your fucking parents have been talking about Gabby Petito, which is a horrifying story? How many people are talking about Gabby Petito while the entire American media is covering Gabby Petito? You know, our Customs and Border Patrol, Slave Patrol team was whipping black migrants. You did? Yeah, the difference is I talked about this too. So shut the fuck up. That's the difference that you get for me, is that I've been talking about fucking the Biden administration's immigration policies as well. Anyway. Kind of wild how people don't realize most news is a couple hours, whereas you cover shit pretty much all day. Yeah. So anyway. We don't give a fuck about our own poors. So why would we give a fuck about the poors elsewhere overseas? We don't give a fuck about black and brown bodies that are American citizens. We don't give a fuck about black and brown bodies that are we definitely don't give a fuck about black and brown bodies that are not American citizens. And it's all white supremacy that guides this kind of negligence. And that's why it's so pervasive. That's why this attitude is a part of every part of our lives. Whether we acknowledge it or recognize it, it doesn't matter. It's